Yeah, the reason for the rainwater is, well, it's free, you know. Why rainwater? It's free. It's free. It's free. Free bird. Well, folks, just thought I'd show you this is how I collect my rainwater. I put them in these bottles here. And we're in the greenhouse here, and we are gonna try some new methods this year. And as you can see here, on the floor here, I put on the visqueen here, or I put on black plastic, and this will keep the weeds down. And I'm just going to be planting some potted tomatoes in here, and mostly grapevines. So we're just going to limit things here because the soil is not that good. And what we discussed about tomatoes, they have to be rotated. I would do it every year. So the advantage of putting them in pots is you can just use new soil every year. So I noticed a drastic change in the quality of or the yields have gone down drastically from the first year I put the tomato plants in here. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. But I'm just mostly going to be like maybe do cuttings and stuff in here. Keep managing my grapevines. Some of the grapevines that I do have do not ripen, so I'm going to probably put 2 of them. I'm probably going to put 4 vines in here. I'm going to have to drastically, prune them and keep them trained. And that's going to be a challenge because sometimes they'll grow up to a foot a day. So you got to be on it like every week. So anyways, but this is the plan for this greenhouse. I'm planning on maybe building another one. We'll see if I can get it done. But as of right now, we're going to work with this. I am going to plant tomatoes, but they're going to be in a pot, and we're going to just train them up they're going to be indeterminate. So that means they're going to be like a vine, but I'm going to be pruning them a lot. And the watering system is going to be drip this year. I'm not going to spray a mist in here because I think we have moisture problems because of it. So anyways, I'll just give you an idea we got here. So yeah, you can just get this black plastic anywhere. I'm just laying it on top, really, for now. But yeah, it'll also retain more heat in the ground. But we're obviously not going to plant anything. Maybe I'll plant a few things in here. I don't know. Pop a hole in there. But I doubt it. I doubt it. This year is going to be more about just trying to get a good yield of tomatoes. So, and then here you got these are my vines from last year that I did not plant yet, but I am planning on getting these planted as soon as possible. So, yeah. And then this vine here is going to have to get trimmed back, way back. This thing's just went out of control, and I'm going to cut way more out of here. And we're definitely going to get this thing in a manageable situation because last year it was just way too much. Greenhouse materials that I used for building this greenhouse, just to go do another overview on it. The plastic is from Amazon, and it's about 7 years old, and it's holding up pretty well. I mean, there's a few tears on it, but not too bad. So you got a tear here. But yeah, it's not too bad. A few right there, and I had to repatch it up. The wind took it and broke it off a little bit, but yeah, I reattached the material back to the pipes. So if you can see here, what I do is I wrap it. See this? I have a clip, and I just take some of this material right here, and I make a cut in here, and then I take the plastic and wrap it around the pipe, and then I push this on there, and then I put a screw in there. I attach my plastic to the tubing. So yeah, so I mean, for 7 years in the greenhouse, I would say of this plastic here, I would say that's really doing well. So I mean, they say 5 years, right? So I mean, I had some broken PVC pipes is because of this structure wasn't strong enough because of the wind. So what it was that this I-beam here, that wasn't in here. It was just the plastic. But what happened was it would just go like this. So when it did that, it broke some of these. See that? It broke that. So I'm going to tie that with some wire, And then I made this beam up here, like I said, and that definitely holds it, you know, it doesn't move around as much. So it made it more sturdy. So you can see here, it's actually a nice day here today. Can you believe it? It's like it's supposed to be 50 all week. This is kind of, we're in March now, so yeah, we start to warm up, but it's more, definitely lots of sun this year. But anyways, here we go. So here we got our screw, right? So you take it, you wrap this thing, plastic around, and you put this clips on. You can make these by yourself. And then you clip it over the top of that, and then you put a screw in there. And I pre-drill it first with a drill, and then you can do it either way, but I pre-drill it and then put your screw in. And that's how you do it, folks. So yeah, this greenhouse is definitely on its last leg, but that's okay. I try to get as much as I can out of it. So there you have it, folks. The magic greenhouse. Have a good one, bro. Adios, amigos. Okay, folks. Remember I was telling you about the Kellogg's product. It's a potting mix. It's an organic potting mix in all cases. But anyways, let's take a reading. Let's read to see what's on the back side here. As you can see, this product is regionally formulated with organic materials, including one of more of the following processed forest products: recycled forest products, arbor fines, peat humus or compost, sphagnum, peat moss, sand, perlite, ground dolomite, limestone, pH adjuster, and organic fertilizers. See below. In Georgia, this product contains 75 to 85% processed forest products, sphagnum, peat moss, horticultural perlite, sand, composted poultry manure, ground dolomite, limestone, pH adjuster, worm castings, organic fertilizer, bat guano, and kelp meal. In Oregon, Idaho, this product contains bark fines, coir, sand, sphagnum, peat moss, perlite, rice hulls, oyster shell, and dolomite as a pH adjuster and organic fertilizer. So as you can see, folks, you know, I'm in Washington, so I'm sure I'm getting this material in the Oregon, Idaho region. So it just tells you, look at that, bark fines, that is definitely going to rob your nitrates over time. Maybe not right away, but later it will, because it's going to break down. So, but I'm going to use it anyways I'm just going to use up what I have, right? I mean, you might as well. Comes in a big bag. You get this for about $8 to $10. And it's 2 cubic feet. But I don't know. I guess, I mean, again, let's use it. Let's use it up. But I'm going to start changing my methods and not use anything with bark related mix. But this is what they do. You know, in the lumber companies, they're going to sell that last bit of shavings, and they're going to sell it to whoever they can to get the most of their, the most for their bang of the buck, to be the most sufficient. So let's get going and let's pot some radishes in the greenhouse. See you later. Okay, folks, we're going to get potting here for some radishes. So we're going to use this Kellogg product here. And yeah, we're just going to use a pot like this. This Kellogg's product, it'll be good for vegetables, but when it comes to like trees in the house and fruit trees, I don't recommend it. But for just veggies, I think you'll be okay. But I'm going to be changing my practices for sure. Let's break that up a little bit there. I'm trying some new methods here because the radishes in the ground here, they get the bugs start nailing it. So I want to see the difference in a pot than in the ground. So we're doing lots of experiments. I'm a big experimenter kind of guy, so. But yeah, these are fun to plant, So just drop them right in there. Oops. They can be shallow. Hell, let's just... And we can thin them out later. Nothing like a good radish in your salad. Gives you a little bite. We'll start there. We'll add a little peat moss. I got right here. Just to cover the seeds good. You wouldn't believe this, but I've had this peat moss in a carton in the garage, and it's still not dry. It just shows you how much this stuff retains moisture. There. That should do it. We'll have these probably up in about 3 days. 3 to 5 days, they'll be sprouting. I'll get some water. There. Perfect. Folks, let's not get confused here with anything. When we're talking gallons for containers, we're talking about like that down there. That's considered a 1 gallon, but it's not, right? It's only probably a half a gallon. So just keep that in mind. Now that pot right over there, that's a 5 gallon, okay? If you look over here in the corner there, that's a 3 gallon. But it's maybe a 2 gallon holding water capacity, but that's how they play the game. So I would get the 5 gallon for doing containers for your tomatoes. That should be plenty. Remember, the root structure is very shallow, maybe 6 inches to 8 inches at best. So you should be just fine. Just give it plenty of fertilizer and you're good to go. See you later, alligator. Bye. We have a succulent here today. We have ourselves a agave plant, and I'm gonna take this Kellogg's soil out of here, and we're gonna put some pumice, half pumice and half peat moss. You know, right, half and half. We'll start there and see how it goes. So let's get this guy out of here. Boy, she's pretty well rooted. I wrecked a leaf already. So yeah, we're just gonna get this thing and learn something from pumice today. Oh yeah, she's well in there. She's well rooted. You can see so here you go. That's how the roots, that's root bound they call it, see? Look at that. But I'll tell you what, it's just gonna take this all off. Wow. So it just pays to check your roots once in a while. And I'm just gonna cut them off, but you can see look at that. You can see that this was in a container before, and it just hasn't really branched out, but it seems really dry. Looks like we're gonna have to water a little more. So yeah, let's get this cut off. So we're gonna cut the vines a little bit here. I got some alcohol and cut these off. Get that done, and then we'll maybe cut some of this dead stuff out of here too right away. clean it up, as they say. Boy, the roots don't look that great, but the plant still looks good, so. Interesting. Get him nice and trimmed up, but yeah, we're gonna try some methods here to get this baby promoted. Take this and put it over here. We'll dump this out. So anyways, here we got pumice. Give you an idea here. So we got some pumice right here. And we're gonna put that in some peat moss, half peat moss. Dump this in there. This will be very well draining soil for the cactus. Like the cactus, nice well drained soil. Got this on Amazon. I think I paid $12 or something for it. There. Good. This will help breathe better too. Definitely a very good idea. So, got my rock here. Put that at the bottom of the pot, and then we will start filling this guy up. There it is. There's the mix. See it? Very good. So this is your succulent mix. Oh, it's gonna be just right. Okay, I'll get this guy back up here. Pour it in there. Yeah, I really like the agave plant. It's really nice. I really like it. So we'll see how this soil does to this plant. I think realistically though, you gotta come in and you gotta transplant your plants maybe once every 2 years, maybe every year, just to cut it back and start over, right? With the root system. Look at all that grew all around the pot many times over. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but so there you have it, a nice succulent. I think it's going to be much happier. We've got some natural products in here. So yeah, I think it'll be great. So there you have it. A pumice and peat moss mix. And I think this thing will be much happier. I did have, see, here's the root bound. I took it all out of there and it ain't gonna hurt. It'll actually promote more growth. So yeah, so there you have it. An agave plant. Enjoy, folks. You have a great day. And adios, amigos. Bye. And folks, the magic juice. Give it a good solid bath. That's what I like to do always, is give it a good bath. Soak it good for the first time, and that should do it, folks. The agave plant in pumice and half peat moss in its new home. Have a good one, folks. Bye. I'm going to show you how to do some radishes and some lettuce in pure sand. And yeah, let's check this out. This is what Gary's Best Gardening. He says that sand is the best soil to use, but it's heavy. It is heavy, but let's give it a shot. We'll compare it to the mix from Kellogg. And then let's just, it's, you know, just a potting soil. Let's just see what we get, right? I'm kind of curious myself. But the potting soil, or excuse me, the sand was $8 for 50 pounds, but it's sterilized. Got this at the local market here, and you can get it at Lowe's has it for much less, for like four or $5 a bag. So just keep that in mind. So let's get to it. Let's get going here. Get some sand in there. Let's get this expensive sand in here. Boy, this stuff is heavy. Wow. Just like a dump truck. This whole bag basically will fill up in this bucket. Okay, that's it. That's everything. Okay. Next is we're going to plant some of these guys and some of the lettuce. I'll put the lettuce right in the middle, and then I'll put some of the radishes all the way around the perimeter. I'll put some lettuce right here. Who doesn't like lettuce? Iceberg A. I think I planted this last year. It was really successful. It had a lot of lettuce. It's always hard to get the seeds out of the bag. One thing they could work on is a better system than a little bag, right? There, let's see what happens. And we got those radishes for that lettuce, right? For that good old salad. We got the radishes here.
Take the work out of DJing your day and upgrade to Pandora Plus with unlimited ad-free music for every part of your daily grind. Tap to start your Pandora Plus trial now and check that off the list.
We'll put 2 in. Can always thin them out later. There. Let's see what happens there. Push it down a little bit. Just like the sandbox. Okay, I'll get some water on that. That'll be good enough. And there you have it, folks. So I will let you know what the update's going to be, and then we'll show you the difference between the two. This is just an experiment, right? And we're going to go from there. Well, folks, I hope you like that. Adios, amigos. See you later. Bye.